If you're storing your XRP on an exchange right now, your assets may be at serious risk. Over the next few minutes, let's uncover what most exchanges don't want you to know, and more importantly, how you can protect your XRP before it's too late. XRP has recently surged back into the spotlight after Ripple's major legal victory against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. In March 2025, Ripple Labs settled its long-running lawsuit with the SEC for $50 million. Most importantly, the court confirmed that XRP is not a security, clearing a major cloud of regulatory uncertainty. This outcome has injected renewed confidence into the market, and XRP's price soared to $3.40 in early 2025. With its role cemented in the U.S. Strategic Digital Asset Reserve, XRP is now a key pillar in the nation's digital asset strategy. But as XRP gains momentum and the 2025 bull run heats up, there's a crucial question every investor must ask. What if you can't withdraw your XRP when the moment comes? All it takes is a single bad day on your exchange, sudden withdrawal freezes, hacks, or even bankruptcy, and you could lose access to your hard-earned investment just when you need it most. This isn't just a hypothetical risk. Over the past few years, thousands of crypto users have experienced the nightmare of having their funds frozen or lost due to exchange collapses. Think back to the high-profile collapses of FTX and Celsius, where countless investors were locked out of their own assets, sometimes forever. One user recently lost 50,000 XRP, the equivalent of over $150,000 at peak prices, when Exchange A suddenly halted withdrawals without warning. Years of careful investing disappeared overnight, with no recourse. So why does this keep happening? The answer is simpler and more dangerous than most people realize. First, if your XRP sits on an exchange, you don't actually own your crypto. You might see a balance in your account, but unless you control the private keys, you are trusting a third party with your assets. In the crypto world, the golden rule is clear. If you don't own the keys, you don't own the coins, period. Second, even the biggest, most reputable exchanges are not immune to risk. They can and have been hacked, sometimes losing millions in customer funds. If the exchange is hacked or suddenly goes bankrupt, your XRP could vanish along with it. When the dust settles, creditors and lawyers might get what's left, but everyday investors are often left with nothing. Third, exchanges are notorious for shutting down withdrawals exactly when you need access most. During periods of high volatility, when prices are surging or crashing, exchanges often temporarily disable withdrawals to manage liquidity and internal risk. But for you, the investor, that means you're locked out of your own funds at the very moment you want to sell, transfer, or cash out. The window of opportunity can close in seconds, and you could miss out on life-changing gains simply because someone else held the keys to your crypto. These aren't rare occurrences. They're part of a pattern that's played out again and again. The bottom line is clear. Keeping your XRP on an exchange means you're taking on unnecessary risk with your financial future. So how do you protect your XRP? The answer is straightforward. Move your XRP to a secure wallet where only you hold the keys. There are two main options: hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are software applications that you install on your phone or computer. They're user-friendly and convenient for everyday transactions. Axiom and Trust Wallet are two of the most popular options for XRP. Setting up a hot wallet takes just a few minutes. Download the app, write down your recovery phrase, and transfer your XRP from the exchange. Cold wallets, on the other hand, are physical devices, like Ledger Nano or Trezor, that store your private keys offline. This makes them virtually immune to online hacks. Setting up a cold wallet requires a bit more effort, but it's the gold standard for long-term security. Once you've moved your XRP to a cold wallet, you, and only you, control your funds, no matter what happens with exchanges or the broader market. Picture your XRP as a vault full of gold. Would you ever hand the key to a stranger and trust them to keep it safe? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what you're doing if you leave your crypto on an exchange. By moving your XRP off exchange, you're not just protecting it from hackers and bankruptcy, you're taking full ownership of your financial future. Now, let's talk about what's ahead for XRP. The momentum behind this digital asset is stronger than ever. XRP is powering real-world cross-border payments, and institutions are paying close attention. With Ripple's legal issues resolved and XRP integrated into the U.S. Strategic Digital Asset Reserve, institutional adoption is accelerating. Major financial players are accumulating XRP off-exchange, positioning themselves for what could be the next big wave in crypto. Analysts now project XRP could reach anywhere between $5 and $15 by the end of 2025, with some even forecasting higher values in subsequent years. The demand is there, and the infrastructure is rapidly evolving. If Ripple's integration with banks and payment networks continues to expand, XRP could soon become a backbone of global digital finance. But none of this potential matters if you can't access your XRP when the time comes. Don't let a technical glitch, a sudden freeze, or an exchange collapse keep you from realizing your crypto goals. If you believe in XRP's future, protect your investment today. Take a few minutes to move your XRP to a private wallet, whether it's Exum, Trust Wallet, Ledger Nano, or Trezor. Secure your keys, write down your recovery phrase, and sleep easy knowing your assets are yours and yours alone. For more real-time updates and smart crypto strategies, make sure you stay informed. And remember, true crypto ownership starts with taking control of your keys. If you've already moved your XRP to a private wallet, let others know by sharing your experience. Comment, "I keep XRP safe," and be part of a smarter, safer, and more empowered crypto community.